What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. I have 4 cases here from UAG Urban Armor Gear. These are very popular, rugged cases, but they don't usually add a lot of bulk to your phone at all. So again, iPhone 12 Pro Max, and we're gonna look at the Monarch case. We're gonna look at the civilian case, plasma, and the Pathfinder. I'm gonna tell you which one I like the best. And also FYI, these do come in multiple colors. So if you don't like the colors that I'm showing, just check the links down below and you should be able to see which one you like the best. All right, so the first one we're gonna look at is the Monarch case. Now, this case retails currently, at the time of making this video, for $59.89. Very expensive case. You know, 59 bucks is quite expensive. But this is gonna be a mega protective case. You're gonna get really good grip on here. The buttons are gonna be really tactile. And all these cases I'm gonna show you today are compatible with Apple Pay and wireless charging, so you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. All right, so this is the new Monarch case. And right off the bat, I love the design on the back here. It looks like they updated it ever so slightly, at least the colors anyway. I really like the look of this. It looks a lot more modern than it previously did. You get the UAG branding right here. It makes it look like you have like little bolts or like screws or something right there. You have a nice cutout for the camera. It looks great. Looks like it's gonna protect it a lot. Let's see the buttons. Feel really nice. Volume buttons. Very easy to press, no issues with those at all. Let's see the front edges. Very nice overall. Oh, and also the mute button is, let's just make sure it's easy to get to. Yep, no problems with getting to that at all. This is a fantastic case overall. This feels fantastic in your hand. And also the protection is gonna be great. And then also if you're just concerned, plugging in a charging cable, no problems with that either. Cutouts for the speakers. Really liking this one. In terms of the weight, I mean, you know, this is a heavy phone, so it does add a little bit of weight to it. Nothing terribly crazy, but in terms of protection and look, so far this is obviously for the first one we're looking at, but it's my number one thus far. And then taking the case off, just gonna take it off from each side, so no issues with that. And then it is a pretty sturdy case as well, so you're not gonna have any of that bend. This is the Pathfinder case. It goes for $39.95. It is a little bit thinner than the Monarch, but still you're gonna get great protection. This is the orange color of the case. I'm not a huge fan of the orange color, but you can get it in different colors. Goes on easy. All of these cases are generally gonna go on very easy and come off very easy. We'll go straight to the charging test, plugging in a cable here. No issues with that. The buttons work fantastic. Volume buttons as well. Love it. They just feel fantastic. No problems with any of that button presses or anything like that. The mute switch is easy. Nice cutout for the camera. Raised edges. The way I look at it is like this one is seemingly very good protection. Now the Monarch is going to be a little bit more protective. Design-wise, actually, I prefer the Monarch. And you look at your phone more than anything, especially the back of the phone, because you might have it face down. You might be holding it. This definitely feels thinner. So if you need something that's thin, definitely go with the Pathfinder, but for me, I would go with the Monarch just because of the looks of it. But again, you can get this in different colors. This isn't bad looking. You get the screws, the UAG logo. Great protection overall. It's gonna work with wireless charging and Apple Pay. So there you go. It also has these little kickouts here for more protection. You know, a little bounce to it. Why not? Taking the case off. This one definitely comes off a little bit easier than the Monarch than this one, but you know, nothing crazy. A little bit more bendy than the Monarch as well. but it is still a solid case. $39.95 for this one. Next up, we have the plasma case. Again, $39.95 for this one as well. Multiple colors for this one too. Pop out the little piece of paper there. This one particular is a little bit of see-through, almost like diamonds. A little bit bendy. It feels kind of similar to the last one we just looked at as well. So let's put the phone in here. Goes in pretty easy, a little bit more difficult than, again, the last one we just looked at. Feels great in your hand, doesn't add too much weight really at all. This one, I would say, might feel the best in the hand thus far in terms of the protection, the feel of it slipping out of your hand. There you go. Good cutout for the camera to protect that if it falls straight down. Nice cutouts at the bottom for all the ports and speakers and all that. Let me grab a charging cable here. Goes in perfectly. The buttons. They did a great job with the buttons. I've had no issues at all with any of these buttons at all. So I will say, let me just see. Yeah, they're okay. They're not bad, the buttons. The mute switch, again, works great. Raised edges at the top there. You're gonna get really, really good protection with all of these. Obviously that Monarch, the first one we looked at, is gonna give you the most protection. But these second and third cases so far are really nice as well in terms of protection at a fairly reasonable price at 40 bucks currently at the time of making this video. So this is the plasma. And then lastly, we have the civilian case. This one retails for $49.95, so a little bit more expensive than the second and the third one we looked at, but not as expensive as the Monarch case. This is almost a flat case. It does have this little raised edge here. Fairly bendy, you know, especially compared to the first one. Definitely more bendy than that. But it does have like a kind of like a, almost like a two-color tone. Well, obviously it does have two-color tone in the middle, in the front here, but and then around the edges and stuff. But you can also get this obviously in other colors as well. So let's throw the phone in here. Very easy to get in. Now, in the past with the civilian case with other phones, I haven't been a huge fan of the buttons. Like, so the power button, I can feel it, but it just, I don't know. I want it to stick out more. It feels almost flat, even though it sticks out. It's hard to describe it like that, but I mean, it works fine in terms of when you press it. The buttons on here, yeah, no problems really with the buttons in terms of finding it, but there's not, I mean, not a huge indent to separate them. They almost feel like one button. So I'm not, I mean, again, the buttons are not awful. They're just not as good as, for me, compared to the other two cases. Protection, pretty good. If you drop it on the back there. Raised edges. You know, this one's obviously not going to look as industrial looking as the other cases I showed you. The other cases, you know, you can see like fake screws, like, you know, that kind of look. It makes it look a little bit more industrial. This is a little bit more sleek, a little bit more maybe business professional. So that's why you might want to go this route. But, you know, all of these are military standard 810G drop protection. So, you know, you get that drop test standard for all these cases. And they're all, again, wireless charging, and they're all Apple Pay friendly. So you don't have to be concerned with any of that stuff. And, you know, overall, you know, the case in general, in terms of using these, let's get back to that. But this is the civilian case, $49.95. Okay, so let's summarize these cases. If you're a business professional, I think this one would be the best one to get. It's the least attention grabbing. It's the sleekest looking. It's gonna give you good protection. I don't love the buttons on here, but yeah, civilian case, the buttons are still easy to find for the most part. I just don't like them as much as the ones on the other three. civilian case, $49.95. If you're looking for the slimmest out of these cases that are going to give you good protection, you have the Plasma and the Pathfinder. For me, I would personally choose the Plasma. I don't like seeing the screws all that much. And it feels really good in the hand. I like the buttons on both of these. Both of them have very similar designs. You can see you have these, very pronounced edges here at the top. And again, they just look fairly similar for the most part. They're very similar cases in general, but I would go the Plasma. They're both the same price at $39.95. If you want the Mac Daddy of them all, the best protection, I actually think the best looking as well, I would go the Monarch. I mean, it is the most expensive. It's $60. It's expensive, but when you think about how much your phone cost, which if you got a 12 Pro Max, it's over $1,000. Could be up to what, almost maybe $1,500-$1,600 after taxes, something like that. This is going to be a great case as well. And remember, I'll say it again, these are all Apple Pay friendly, wireless charging friendly. They all work great with plugging in cables to charge with. So you really can't go wrong with any of them, but I gave you my little summary there so you can hopefully decipher from those. Thanks for watching, guys. Everything is linked down below. We'll see you down the road.